Hello, hello. Welcome to the live chat. Welcome to Royal Sussex. It is Black History Month. It is the 1st of February. So, according to the calendar and according to President Gerald R. Ford, he was the first president to declare that it was officially the Black History Month. Now, whether or not I want to say that was probably done by a presidential proclamation, perhaps. But anyway, that was President Gerald R. Ford who declared that. And if you don't know how that works, when there is an executive order, one president can decree and another president can take it away. And I just don't think any other president has had the courage to do that, especially since it doesn't require shutting down the government. But anyway, welcome. That was my little two-bit history lesson. Okay, let me see who's here. Okay, we got Reba Henderson, Lucy Wynn, Denise Jones, Anastasia Isabella, Denise Jones again because I just saw it again. Let's see. Anna Espinoza, Lydia Washington, Angela Thomas. Why do I always get a little nervous and apprehensive when I see Angela? But since you're Angela Thomas, it's cool. It's not that other one that I'm, But anyway, Myra, hello. Rochelle Brodeau. No, I'm saying Brodra. Yeah, I think that's right. Brodra. No, Bodra. Bodra. There we go. Dolores Sims and Sister Cece, Anastasia Isabella, Judy Regold, welcome, and Fancy, Sherilyn Ward. I think I should just pull the computer a little closer. JJ, Gwendolyn Daniels, Herdan Davis, Raven 299. Welcome. Okay, so welcome. It is Black History Month. And if you don't know anything about Black History Month, surely you've heard of it before, but just briefly, I'll tell you this. Carter G. Woodson, he actually was studying for his master's degree at the University of Chicago. Now, mind you, he was born in 1875, okay? So while studying for his master's degree at the University of Chicago and eventually receiving his PhD from Harvard University, he found himself immersed in Black history. And so, along with some other academics, he and some other people got together and they said, we should have a Black History Week. Well, that took place back in 1926. It was called Negro History Week. And of course, over time, that name just would not do. And so eventually, that History Week, which started on the second week of February back in 1926, eventually became proclaimed a holiday by Gerald R. Ford back in the 70s. So also the 2nd of February was, I believe it was, should I say the second week of February was in response to Lincoln signing the, proclamation to free the slaves. So, yeah, that's where that comes from. And so eventually Gerald R. Ford, he declared that it should be a month. I'm sure he had some help making that decision, but he declared that it should be a month. So in response to that, I thought it'd be great to start off this month with just a little bit of contemporary Black history. So, let's see. You say first day of Black History Month. Hello, squaddies. Hi, Pamela Brown Jenkins. Thank you for remembering. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So it's pretty exciting. It was particularly interesting to go through the Black History Month with everything with George Floyd. What was it? God, it seemed like years ago, but it was just last summer, wasn't it? No, 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 not this past summer. It was summer 2020. Oh, but it seemed like ages ago. But yeah, so I need to get my slides up here. I was literally working on my slides until the last possible moment. And this will just be a starter course. We'll do some more another day this week. I'm not sure every day, but another day this week. So let's start with this one. Yeah, 2/1/22. Okay, let me get rid of that. And V. Thomas, hello. Okay, my slide is still uploading, but there is a lady who is probably just as entitled to wish us all uh, Black History Month, and is someone who hasn't officially come out as Black, but at some point, at some point, she may decide that she wants to come out as Black. Probably it may take her a while to build up the courage. It may take her a while, but at some point she will come out as Black, and the world will be better off for it. So, um, oh, is that the right video? Let me see. I hope it is. Okay, maybe that's not the right one. Let me take a little more time with that. But anyway, I'll come back to that. Okay, so my way of celebrating Black History Month is just to reflect on all my faves. So these photos mean so much to me because on the one hand, daughter pursued her degree, and when she was financially able, she helped her mother fulfill her dream of getting a college degree. These I feel so much warmth every time I see these photos. So first I would like to send a salute to our faves. Of course, the Duchess of Sussex, and of course, Doria Ragland. This is like the most inspirational photos of either of them. I mean, as a pair, it just completes the emotion for me. But seeing mother and daughter beaming with pride. And the Duchess of Sussex, she's a high achiever anyway. So you can see she's as cool as a cucumber. Yes, I did this. But mom, look at mom's face. Look at mom's face. I mean, I'm sure there wasn't a dry eye in the Ragland family, not a single dry eye. This photo has so much purpose. Yeah, so much purpose. And please, in the comments, tell me what feeling do you get when you see these photos? Yeah, I mean, it's just it's incredible. I think that this story has probably been repeated in so many households, especially among women of color. And even, let's face it, there's a lot of immigrant families that may come to the United States and fulfill dreams like this. This is like so many people's dreams. No matter what color you are, this is everybody's dream. But in particular, for someone of Doria's background, it's all that much more incredible that she was able to live that dream of having a college education. And then this photo here, this is one that I actually added the caption myself. When I looked at the photo, I said to myself, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Grace, dignity, and pride. That was the first thing that came to mind. The way I feel about these two ladies, I couldn't even put it into words, but is a lot of beaming with pride because through the mother and daughter, I mean, I could see my own family. I can see the women in my own family. This is why representation matters. Both ladies has so much class and dignity. Gwendolyn, I'd say amen to that again and again. Proud days for both ladies. Absolutely. And whether we like it or not, at this point, there's a lot of things that has changed since the marriage in regards to the royal family, of course. And well, you know what? I should take that back. There's a lot of things that hasn't changed, and that's the problem. But in terms of history, you cannot go back and unring that bell. Um, Mother and daughter made history through that marriage, and it's just a fact. And I'm no less proud of the fact that Meghan was able to demonstrate that that which they made seem so difficult and so challenging, she made it look easy. And I can't help but think that that has so much to do with her mother. So, Emerald Derek, you says Mama Doria is a personification of a real mother. I love her. I'm so proud of her for keeping silent through all the hate. Much love for mother and daughter. Yeah, I'm with you with that one. And let's see. Here we have oh, okay, Mama Doria. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm reading that like it's the caption at the bottom of the photo here. Okay, let me take that away. So, mother and daughter, baby. Mother and daughter, baby. These two side to side photos, again, pride, pride. I feel so much pride looking at this. It just absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I first letter I, second letter D. I don't want to say your name because I think you may use something different on the YouTube, but thank you. I just got a Cash App from you. So thank you for the Cash App. Thank you so much. Um sorry. So I just didn't want that to go by before I forget to acknowledge. But yeah, this is incredible. Love the side by side here. This is very inspirational. So right now, I'm just celebrating mother and daughter for Black History Month. This is another photo right here. In the worst of possible moments of everything that has happened in the past few years, that I know the Duchess of Sussex has Doria in her life, it helps me to sleep at night. So just sharing a few slides. And that's, of course, the queen of everything. This is the photo I share so often because it is the most regal image of Doria Ragland. And so, for that reason, I share it again and again. Plus, it's not something that was purchased from the Ragland family by the paparazzi or the tabloid press. Unfortunately, we do have to defer to those photos from time to time, but it is not something that I'm comfortable with. So, um, be that as it may, um, is what we have to deal with right now. So, um, but I don't like it, but they're there. So, anyway, let me see what you have to say here. Miss Doria is wonderful. I mean, I'm sorry. Let me look at that again closer. Miss Doria is a woman of grace. She absolutely has stayed quiet and truly loves her daughter, son in law, and grandchildren. Absolutely, she does. Absolutely. Okay, so Doria Lois, that's Joyce with a L, Lois Ragland, Born September 2nd, 1956, is an American social worker and former makeup artist and yoga instructor. She is the mother of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Doria Ragland was born in Cleveland, Ohio, to nurse Janet Arnold and her second husband, Alvin Azael Ragland. So that's where the name Ragland comes from, an antique dealer who sold items at a flea market. And Ragland's maternal grandparents, James and Nettie Arnold, respectively, worked as bellhops at a local hotel. And it was a blacks only hotel, the St. Regis on you. Okay, that's pretty cool. They worked at a black only establishment at that time. I'm pretty sure that was pretty rare. Mama Doria is mom, and we are proud of her. She has gone through pain and tears, but never did a word, good or bad, come from her mouth. God bless her and her family of Meghan and Harry. Yes, absolutely. And as you said, she never said a word. Um, these photos, this is another one of those things that kind of gives you mixed emotions. That whole weird setup that they have at the St. George's Chapel, it always causes a lot of controversy about the fact that this person or that person was seated alone. You know what? Let's not even dwell on that. That's so not important. That is just the way that things are set up in the choir of the St. George Chapel. So it does make for a lot of, speculation. But no, I didn't want to miss this opportunity to share this with you. These photos, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but royal author Phil Dampier blasted the hotel's decision, saying the Cliveden were lucky enough to play such a lovely role in the wedding, so the timing couldn't be worse. Well, as you can see, the incident with the blackamoor was not only limited to Princess Michael of Kent, but the very hotel where the future Duchess of Sussex stayed before her wedding actually had a bit of controversy because of those statues. Those were very popular for the aristocrats to display. And if I'm correct, I believe the Cliveden was actually a manor house before it was converted into a hotel. And so even on the wedding day, there was some, you know, dodgy stuff going on in the background. So they removed the statues with I would say, under the guise of being refurbished. In other words, being layered with a new layer of enamel paint and, of course, gold leaf. But conveniently, after the wedding, they were returned. And so, conscious of the historic role that they were playing in the wedding of an woman of African descent marrying into the royal family, the first known and confirmed woman of African descent, which we suspect, of course, that's not the case, that they decided that to avoid embarrassment, we had better remove those statues at the entrance. So they did. And anyway, this is one of those things that happened at that time that a lot of people had never heard of. Okay. And next. And this right here, what I love about these two photos, which is why I put them side by side, you have mother and daughter at some event, obviously something that I forget exactly what the one on the right is, but on the left side, just mom and daughter hanging out, going to get an order of, I don't know, fried catfish, whatever it was they had for lunch that day, just atypical mom and daughter. So that happens to be one of my favorite photos of the two of them. And then, of course, these are kind of out of order, of course, but more photos from the wedding. But it was history. It was history. Doria's presence. as a prominent family member at that particular wedding is something that made history, as well as the fact, of course, that her daughter was getting married to a British prince of the realm. So it was a historic event. I wish we could look back on it more fondly without the clouds of controversy that has followed since that day. A day which we later on found out was the very day in history in which Henry VIII beheaded Anne Boleyn. Of course, Henry. Yeah, so there was a lot of symbolism that supposedly was not really known of, but now we know better. And this is another one of my faves. Of course, I can never look at that hair without thinking of Meghan saying that her friends at school were calling her Krusty the Clown. So in the Bentley, yeah, I love that photo too. That was amazing. Nobody can do photos from inside of a vehicle like Sussex's. I mean, they're just glamorous through and through. Oh yeah, the day that she spoke before the United Nations. Yeah. I didn't even cue that one up, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a historic event, wasn't it? Yeah, the United Nations Day. Absolutely. And of course, what was another one of the occasions? Well, and of course, even just going on the royal tour to throughout the Commonwealth, it had to have been very important to people, again, because representation matters. So that right there, we've only had the Oceania tour, and of course, going to Northern Ireland, which of course is not Commonwealth, is the UK, and then South Africa. That was, part of that Commonwealth tour that they were on another Commonwealth tour. So yeah, all of those things, of course, were history making. I mean, just about anything the Duchess of Sussex has done has pretty much uh, been historic just because of the history of her birth. So, yeah. Okay. You guys could probably hear me pecking away at my keyboard here. Okay, so let me look at a couple of more comments. All right. Could be related to ex-husband's family. Both of them. Louisiana. Huh. Okay. It's pretty cool. And let's see what else we have here. Oh, yeah, the black dress. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Jermaine Gray. Reba Henderson. Let's hope so. Thomas didn't stick around for long. Um, Anniversary May 16th when they exchanged private vows. Yes, the private vows took place on the 16th. Boy, did they work hard to try to embarrass the Sussexes with that admission. I was subscribed to a channel for a year, and yesterday one of the person on the channel made a nasty remark about Meghan, so I unsubscribed. Good, good. I'm glad you did that. Okay, so okay, okay, yeah. Let me get rid of that one. All right, so my next slide. Gonna change gears a bit here. Okay, sorry, my slides are taking just a little longer than I expected to upload. Okay, all right, I think we saw that one. And I wanted to watch the wedding again last week, but I could find one without sound. I could not stomach those Royal Rota commentary. Oh yeah, I can understand why it was at 36 million views. Okay, so let's celebrate another African American for making history, Michelle Robinson Obama. Michelle Obama. Okay, let me take this away. Again, no particular order. I'm not sure how I'm going to fit this into everything else for the rest of the month, but this is just what I was feeling today. Michelle Obama, the best educated first lady in history, just happens to be, right? Well, Michelle Obama made history in so many ways. Now, somewhere on, I think it's on the south side of Chicago, someone created a mural using like a lot of Egyptian like imaging, tribal Egyptian like imaging to celebrate Michelle Obama in a very regal way, but not in a way that would reflect, something very British or something like that, but just more of an Afrocentric, regal way. This is actually on the side of a building in Chicago, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, I forget the artist's name, but I love it. And the measure of any society is how it treats its women and girls. First Lady Michelle Obama said that in 2016. And of course, I made a few memes. It wouldn't be me if I didn't make some memes during the past election. Um, Not gonna apologize for that top one. I was just in a bad mood at the time. But yeah, that was just after, you know, I made that one just after the inauguration day. Because if you look at the photo on the left, I think Michelle Obama was speaking for a lot of people when she gave us the look. And I tell you, that will always be one of my favorites. Michelle's like, hmm. That was after that apocalyptic inaugurational address back in 2016, was it? 20, January 2017. But yeah, that was during that inaugurational speech, and Michelle Obama was not having it. So, Michelle Obama, thank you so much for the look. I will remember that look as long as I live. There's nothing about that look um, that was not called for. And of course, the bottom photo there, where it shows Michelle Obama holding, not holding, but it says Princeton University, Harvard Law School, lawyer, compared to the one that took her job, or the one who honestly followed her into the White House, not took her job. But that didn't stop me from being messy. But yes, oh, let me see. What does that say? I can barely read it. I know it's, oh, high school graduate. That's what it says. Shady? Was I being shady? Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. So next photo. And of course, Michelle Obama made history in so many ways. But in spite of all of the historic things that Michelle has done, the way she stood out there beneath the portico, the north portico of the White House, anytime they had a state dinner waiting for the arrival, she would always sock it to him with the gowns, right? Okay, so that's one thing. But Michelle Obama, she always had a way of bringing her husband down a peg or two. Do you guys remember that? Because this is like my favorite memory of Michelle Obama in the White House. Take a look at that. You got something hanging out your nose. You have a gray hair, whatever it was. Uh, you can tell that Barack Obama. I mean, he always has that "Would you please not touch me" look. And I just think it was Michelle Obama's way of bringing him down a peg or two, just to remind him, just to remind him. I'll just say that. I'll leave that open, just to remind him. But yeah, she had a gift for I guess kind of tweaking his nose a bit publicly. So so yeah, I've been saving these photos for the longest, and I can't believe I have a chance to share them. Again, Michelle Obama, North Portico, state dinner, always impressive. Just classy, attractive. It's no wonder that the Sussexes decided that they would use the Obamas as a model for their future endeavors. Why not? Because in this case, you have a mixed race president and his African American wife making history, same as you have the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You have the Ginger Avenger and his mixed race wife making history. So, yeah, pretty impressive. Okay. Um, I see someone saying that there's no sound. I'm sorry, Yvonne Clark. We have sound. I think. I hope so. Well, anyway, welcome to the chat, Yvonne Clark. And this is something that I'd like to point out to you. I made a video some time ago, and I have to say, at the time, I had to point out a lot of the similarities between Michelle Obama and her mother, and of course, the Duchess of Sussex and her mom, in that there's always this negative, mean spirited accusation that somehow they're bringing their mothers along to try to get something out of it, or to try to how do I put it, trying to come up, if you will, as if their mothers haven't had a full life long before fame has taken over the future of the family. So it's one of those things that people do, the R word people, in order to tear down the African American woman, which is absolutely disgusting. But it's to say that their mothers didn't actually have a life long before the fame and fortune, or the fame and notoriety. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. Michelle Obama's mother never wanted to go to Washington. And as you know, Doria was not interested in being in the UK. Neither one of them actually wanted that life. They reluctantly, um, became involved for the sake of their daughters. And I think history reflects with both that there's always this type of tone that the media has whenever these, proud, strong Black women are involved. They have to find some kind of way to attempt to tear them down, not realizing that um, given a lot of the experience of being an African American, in particular African American woman, those little tepid remarks, although they are, troublesome and worrying, but it's not going to do it. So, yeah, there are a lot of similarities there. Thank you for that. Greet people from the tour. Oh, the White House surprise videos. Yeah, you guys, I am going to try to remember to put that in the I'll put a link to that in the what is it? The community tab. I'm so glad you said that, because one of my favorite things, Denise Marcus, is watching Michelle Obama greet people at the White House. There were several occasions when Michelle Obama and sometimes Barack Obama would join her, and they would surprise people taking the White House tour. If you've never seen it, it's a hoot. It will make you laugh and it will make you cry looking at some of the reactions when people think they're just taking another White House tour with groups of people, and all of a sudden there is the president and the first lady standing in the blue room. So if you haven't seen that, yeah, that is great. So Denise Marcus, I'm going to trust you to remind me. If not, Lydia probably will. But I'm going to trust you to remind me in the regular comments to add those links, because I've watched them several times. Thank you for that. And here, love watching Michelle Obama. Oh, I'm reading that like that's my caption. Let me get rid of that. Okay, daily reminder that the most educated first lady in American history is a black woman with 2 Ivy League degrees from Harvard and Princeton. Yeah, so that's just something that I saved and I just thought I would share it today. Now, you know how I just mentioned the thing about the Blackamoor statues? Again, when it comes to African American women, I don't know what it is about their presence that seems to trigger people. But because this is Black History Month, I would like to revise this story that has been kind of lost. You see the lady in the center dressed up for her graduation? Well, that little daughter of Dixie, with the two ladies on either side of her, she comes from the South. No problem with that. I mean, that's just where she's from. But she acts like she's from the old South. When she found out that her university roommate was a woman of color, this Michelle Robinson person, what do you think she did? What do you think she did? I mean, after all, these are modern times. What do you think happened? Thank you, Connie. What do you think happened? She ran to the phone and quickly called her mother and said, Ma, there's a, well, my roommate is black. And her mother was outraged. She went racing to the university. She went into the administration. She yelled, she screamed, "You have to move my daughter. I won't have her in that room with a well, you know." And so the university had to take steps to free that daughter of Dixie from that woman of color. And so years later, she realized that that woman of color just so happens to be the current First Lady of the United States. How about that? Yeah, that same woman that she was outraged to share the room with, that young girl, would go on to receive not one, but two college university degrees. And she went on to become a corporate lawyer. She worked on boards of directors and such. And she's the only woman that I know of who could say that she was officially a boss to the president, a future president of the United States. That girl was Michelle Obama. And so this woman wanted to apologize and she wanted to have a meeting and a conversation with Michelle Obama. She was so embarrassed. She was so embarrassed by how foolish and ignorant she had been by somehow failing to realize that that woman had some potential in her and that one day she might become somebody very, very famous. And so Michelle's response to that was, huh, huh. See that look on the left? That was the only thing that she received in return for the offer to meet. Michelle Obama never respond. You know what they say? Never complain, never explain. Michelle Obama decided to just ignore her. And so the conversation was never had. The two never met again. And that was the end of the story. And that woman went back to obscurity as she was before. She didn't get a chance to write a book. At least I hope she didn't write a book. Michelle Obama was like, that ain't going to happen. So, in order to pacify myself after the situation, with the inauguration and that horrible speech and everything, I decided I would just go and make a meme. This is, anyway, I just want you to look at the resumes of the Obamas and that's all I'll say. They have some very full resumes, and in spite of that, there were certain sectors of society that treated them horribly. But such is the reason for African American History Month, so that we don't forget where we've come from. Okay, so um, I wish that the print was larger so that you could actually read it, but it is pretty small. It really wasn't. I don't know. Maybe you can see it. It really wasn't meant to be seen this way, but it just pretty much says First Lady, lawyer, graduate of Princeton University. Oh, I can see it. And Harvard School of Law, mother. Uh, Let me see, fourth first lady to have a postgraduate degree. So yeah, she was the fourth first lady at that time to have a postgraduate degree. Worked for the Sidley Austin law firm. Second first lady that actually was an attorney. The first, of course, being Hillary Clinton. First African American first lady. Associate Dean of Student Services at the University of Chicago and the Vice President for Community and External Affairs of the University of Chicago Medical Center, served on the boards that is for Treehouse Food, Chicago Council and Global Affairs, and the Let's Move Health campaign. Of course, I'm not going to read that other one, but um, forget about those. And of course, the President of the United States, lawyer, Illinois State Senator, United States Senator, graduate of Columbia University, Harvard Law School, community organizer in Chicago, civil rights attorney, and professor of constitutional law, University of Chicago, father, Nobel Peace Prize, Profiles in Courage Award, first African American president, second American president, United States president, um, from no the I'm sorry, second African American United States senator since Reconstruction. The first was Carol Moseley Braun, also from Illinois, editor of the Harvard Law Review, which was the first for an African American, an author. Um, let's see, president of the United States. The first president of the United States to speak in front of the British. I can't see for this thing. Anyway, House of Parliament or whatever. I can't see that other part. It was covered with something. So anyway, that's Michelle Obama. So what do you have in your comments there? Okay, let me do this. That's like putting an accomplishment of a skinny girl, Kate and Madam Duchess, Megan's together, no comparison. Yeah, I got that. It's Black History Month, so let's all enjoy and learn as much as we can about past Black achievements and innovations. Absolutely. Absolutely. Beverly McCaskill, that's like, oh, I just read that one, didn't I? Sheila Watson, there's another occupation that I also left out. And for the sake of good taste, I intend to leave that out too. So, but yes, you're right about that. And I have a meme that I had made about that, but I'm not going to unpack too many of those memes because, well, you know. Let me see. I know that well in the military, the white recruits from the Podunk, Podunk, USA are shell shocked when they get to boot camp and see black drill instructors telling them what to do. Oh yeah. Can you say officer and a gentleman? Did Lou Gossett play that part or what? I hope they're all like Lou Gossett was in that movie. But yeah, I'm sure that has to. You know what? They probably go home and call their mothers, or go run and call their moms to tell them that they got me in here with a, and I mean this. Well, you know what they are. Yeah, I'm sure it's They have me. There's the drill sergeant is a fill in the blank. Okay. So well, I couldn't help but bring this out again. This says so much. This is I forgot exactly what they call this medal, but isn't it like the Order of the British Empire or something like that? So I don't know how long this was in circulation. I haven't really learned a lot about the history of this particular medal that was awarded at one time, but as you know, the squad brings it up again and again, on occasion to make a point. So here, let me show you this. World's most admired woman, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Angelina Jolie, and then number 4, Queen Elizabeth. Now, this YouGov poll, this is what it was a year or two ago. But since they have fudged the numbers, now, of course, they have put Lizzie at the top. You know what? I'm not even going to argue that one. I'm pretty sure that I could believe that there was a truthful outcome when you had the two most admired women on the planet, Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due. For a long time, Hillary Clinton was on that list, especially for the United States. I think Hillary Clinton was the most admired woman in the United States for maybe 22 years, even when she wasn't first lady. So that, of course, is quite an achievement. But here you have Michelle Obama as the most admired woman on the planet. So again, I think the numbers are a bit skewed. People have told me YouGov doesn't really poll well. They'll do a poll, and the poll is usually among people of a certain demographic that actually go out and buy newspapers nowadays. So there you have it. Thought I'd share that with you. Okay, let's see what's next here. So, of course, there has been other women of color of African descent in the royal family. Here we have, was this Britain's first black queen, Queen Charlotte. Things like Charlottesville or Mecklenburg County, certain things in the U.S. or in other places in the world are named for Queen Charlotte. And of course, it is obvious that she was of African descent. So we can't say with great authority that the Duchess of Sussex was the first, because we know that not to be true, as well as Queen Philippa, which there are no known actual images of her, but based on the description from contemporaries of that age, it is quite obvious. The Sussexes do so much to help others. I hope one day they get the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, cookies and cream. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing? I'm sure that when that happens, and there's a very good chance that it will happen, because you know what, guys? I said it yesterday and I said it months before. The Sussexes are not just going to play along. They will say and do things that they feel justified in saying and doing that may shock some people. And of course, it may make other people uncomfortable, because we don't want to think that they are causing so much controversy and bringing attention to themselves. But I trust them to do what's right. And they are going to speak about the unpopular things when it's necessary, like the disparity in vaccines. So brace yourselves, because it's only going to get more interesting. You see the way they stood up to Spotify. That's not an anomaly. That's how the Sussexes work. They're going to speak out about things just like they did with Afghanistan. An open letter, first from Prince Harry and then from the both of them. So there'll be more of that. So let me see some more of your comments. One of the such will be nominated for the good they do. God is in control. Yes, Connie, I'm with that. Okay. For carrying the same style of pocketbook for decades. I think I know which queen you're talking about. For carrying the same style of pocketbooks for decades. I think I know which one you're speaking of. But listen, Joyce, there is a new precedent with the Queen QE2. she is not going to be outdone by anybody. I'm pretty sure that she's also celebrating Black History Month. Somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody is likely to reveal at the most convenient time that that she is celebrating Black History Month. I mean, she was there for George Floyd, wasn't she? So it just stands to reason that she's also celebrating Black History Month with that same handbag. It's probably under that top she's wearing, but yeah. But she is also celebrating Black History Month. Trust and believe. I know her, and I know right now she's donning her daishiki and looking for her Afro pick. Underneath that gray wig, there's a very coarse head of hair, just like mine. So, she's bringing it. She's bringing it. Queen supports Black Lives Matter movement, says Black man who feels beholden to the royal family. Whatever his name was, the something representative for London. But yeah, right now she getting her hair twisted. Somebody's snatching on her hair right now so that she can celebrate Black History Month the only way she knows how. She's down with it. I mean, when Aretha Franklin died, didn't the royal band play Respect at Buckingham Palace? That actually happened. They played Respect. So, she's drinking some bubbly, got a little champagne, not champagne, champagne. She's toasting with some champagne right now. Um, she's keeping it real. Now, see here, a lot of people don't realize that, but when the queen lets her hair go, it looks just like that on the left. When she doesn't have it blow dried or hot ironed or whatever, that's her right there. So, happy Black History Month to all my subjects. Signed QE2. So, in an alternative universe, that's just the way it looks. Okay. All right. So, all right. So let me see. I think that was it. Yes. Okay. I got another slide here for you. And your comments are getting her hair did, right? Okay. Southern Lady, welcome to the live chat. All right. So I got one more slide to bring up. Oh, this takes ages, but I'm getting it. Okay. That first picture with Betty wearing those glasses. How about it, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's celebrate another groundbreaking African American woman, a woman of African descent. I believe that she was actually born in Panama, and then the family moved to New York City, and that is Angela Jalisa Brown Liechtenstein. Angela Jalisa Brown Liechtenstein. That is Her Serene Highness Princess Angela of Liechtenstein. Before the Duchess of Sussex married Prince Harry, this up and coming woman who graduated with a degree in fashion, or the art of whatever that degree is called, she married a prince of Liechtenstein. They were at a party. He being, I believe, 12 years. I think he's 12 years her junior. Anyway, he looked across the room and he saw what he declared a vision. And he went over to her just to say hi. And then a couple of days later, he finally went home or something like that. I'm improvising. And he just declared, I met the most amazing woman, Angela. And so eventually, after a courtship, they decided they wanted to get married. He told his family they were not that thrilled by it, but um, in spite of that, they were married. And his mother, Princess Marie of Liechtenstein, um, declared that she should wear the Klinsky tiara, which belonged to her family. It's the same one that she's worn and the same one that every royal bride has worn since she married into the family. And so there they are in New York. Now, I believe they had a civil ceremony in Liechtenstein, and then they had an actual, you know, Christian wedding ceremony in New York, or vice versa. Somehow they exchanged vows twice. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? They actually married twice. So that's how that happened. They had one wedding in Liechtenstein. So not everybody in the family thought that they would go. They said, this is the end of the Liechtenstein dynasty, yeah. And no, nay, absolutely not. His mother and father showed up. His brother showed up for the nuptials in New York, and they were wed in front of her family here. And anyway, it was a big event, and they're still married today. So that is another historic African American princess, Angela of Liechtenstein. They go to a lot of weddings nowadays. And then from that union, they produce Prince Alphonse. Yes, Alphonse, that mixed race prince. Alphonse is their child. And he's grown up in places like London. He also lived in Germany for a time. And of course, he shows up every national day in Liechtenstein. There he is with his parents wearing the green polo shirt there at the National Day in Liechtenstein. So cute kid, happy family. There is Princess Angela in a more recent photo. In 2021, they celebrated 100 years of the Bank of Liechtenstein. And that's her husband on the right. That is the sovereign Prince Alois. No, not Alois. Hans Adams. That's her father-in-law to her in the middle there. And then on the left is the regent prince, Alois, and his wife. So, and take a look at this. This is one of those things where we like to say only in America. Well, actually, this was only in Liechtenstein, where you can see a blended family. And there, sitting with his father on his right side, and on his left side, one of his cousins. That is Alphonse. And in the back there, sitting next to, actually behind the reigning ruling prince of Liechtenstein, um, Hans Adams, you can see the image of Angela there in the middle of the photo. So big, happy family. There's more warmth coming off of this photo than all the fireplaces in Windsor Castle. And there's a couple more. It's very hard to find images of Princess Angela. There was one in particular, I had to go to some very odd places to find it. And none of these are it, by the way. You can still find these online. But there on the right side is the family at the National Day. There's a whole crowd of people on the hillside. There's music, there's a speech and such. So that's National Day. Thank you, Lydia. Yeah, it's not that many people in the chat right now, but I don't even care. I'm enjoying sharing this stuff. That photo on the left. Now, she's a bit reclusive and select by who she keeps company with, but there on the left side, I just happened to find, after much digging, that one photo of Princess Angela hanging out with the girls. Yep, it was hard to find, but I found it. And there on the right side is Prince Alphonse. So big happy family. Love to see them, growing within the Liechtenstein household without all the controversy. Another image of National Day. As you can see, the scaffolding in the back, they're working on the castle there in Liechtenstein. And over her husband's shoulder, Maximilian, that's her husband's name, Maximilian. Take a look at that guy in the back with the dark hair. That is the Prince Regent of Liechtenstein. That's his older brother, the Crown Prince. So his father decided to retire instead of letting him, grow old and puffy and bitter and getting an emotional support Camilla. He's not waiting until he's like 70 or 80 years old to lead the country. He's already a regent. So yeah, there you have it. Okay. And this last photo of the couple, well, or the two couples, you can see there the comparison. Some people say that uh, Meghan's dress was a homage to Angela. So it has that boat neck collar. The material, I think, is very different. And of course, the veil that the Duchess has is quite intricate and has all the flowers of the Commonwealth. So there's some symbolism there. And of course, you can see the Kinsky tiara on Angela's head there. So there you have it. Glad to share that. Any comments? Yes, old and puffy and bitter and slick and downtrodden. Let me see. It wouldn't be me if I wasn't being just a little shady, Judy Regold. Okay, just a little shade. Yes, the better up. That's February 3rd, right? Okay. Look how Princess Angela was received by the Liechtenstein family. The British royal family is a total embarrassment for the way they treated Meghan. Absolutely, cookies and creams. Absolutely. They should be ashamed of themselves. I am appalled by the way they treated our Duchess, especially the way the Duchess of Sussex, and before her, Princess Diana, the best things that could have happened to that family. And that's exactly what Harry said when he was on the Oprah Winfrey interview. He said, you have a Commonwealth. Most of the people in the Commonwealth are people of color. And, thank you so much, Yvonne Clark. Happy Black History Month. Thank you so much for the super sticker. So Harry did say that it was a missed opportunity, and I agree with him. At this point, I kind of feel like that family doesn't deserve that type of help, but it was a missed opportunity. So take that any way you like, but it was a missed opportunity. It just goes to show how short-sighted that family can be. Okay. And okay, I think I'm going to do this. Oh my goodness, thank you, PP. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much, and happy Black History Month to you. This is like such a special time of year, and honestly, I'm just glad to share this information. So I'm going to do this again. I'm not sure exactly what type of format I'm going to use, but today I felt like on February 3rd is my 43rd birthday. Oh, nice. Nice. Don't forget to remind us on your birthday, because there's somebody else famous that has a birthday on the 3rd. So I'm definitely going to mention that. Now you can go and check if y'all want to, but I don't think y'all going to figure out who I'm talking about. I'll wait until that day. I'll wait until the 3rd. So just bear with me in my sinister laugh. But yes, thank you for the super stickers. Thank you so much. And let's see, any more comments? Yeah, thank you so much, Southern Lady. I hope you've watched the video that I made, Princess Meghan, Princess Angela. I actually made a video, Princess Meghan, Princess Angela. That was my most popular video with 175,000 views. It was so big, I even say it like Oprah Winfrey. 175,000 views. Oh, I tell you, watching those numbers turn over, I hadn't been that excited since Oprah's farewell season. Let me see. Did you puke on seeing what I have typed? My cousin was Elijah Cummings, the first. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. He is an inspiration. He's an inspiration. I love, he always gives like the other side to what for. So, yeah, very, very cool guy. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, just so you guys know, a lot of times I don't see most of the comments. By the time I take another look, we have already like skipped through so many of them. But yeah, when I'm doing other stuff, I have to take the comments away so that I can bring up another one of my photos, which is exactly what I'm trying to do now. Actually, no, not a photo. There's a video I would like to share to celebrate Black History Month. If I can find it. If I can find it. Give me 1 second here. Yep, stuff is moving kind of slow. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. Nah, that's not. Well, let me see. I'm going to try it. I hope this is it. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, you guys. I mislabeled it. That's the problem. But anyway, without even using the video, I know that there is someone else who would like to celebrate Black History Month. She may not be brave enough to do it in her own right, so we are going to have to do it for her. Uh, you probably have already guessed. She's that same lady that celebrated the Kwanzaa, and that was her first big step toward admitting that she's been passing all these years. Afro Annie would like to wish one and all Afro Annie would like to wish one and all a happy Black History Month. Yeah, there's no Church Nelly. This is so weird. How could we be on here without Church Nelly? Yeah, so yes. She hasn't reached that point yet. And so, because she has been unable to express herself fully, we have to do it for her. So, Afro Annie wishes everyone a very fine Black History Month. I mean, right down to the roots. She's always been there, even though she don't know she's there. She's there. Trust me, she's there. It's in her blood, and sometimes it comes out in the weirdest ways. But whether it's that that kind of way she has, and then too, we recently found out, even though there's been no DNA, that she does have an identical twin. So yes, there's two of them out there. There- There's two of them out there. So this is a recent revelation. I only found out about this because one of the squatties shared this with me. So thank you again for that photo of Afro Annie's twin. Without your help, I would have probably have never heard about this. So in the meantime, grab your Afro Sheen or your whatever, get your pressing comb out, and wish the Princess Royale a happy Black History Month. There she is, right there. When she went on a tour tracing her roots, she happened to, even though it's not official, I think maybe she found some ancestors from the motherland. And so she's pretending like she's there on a charity event, but I that one of them might be her auntie. I don't know, but stay soft, bro. Woo! Okay. But yeah, so anyway, that was Afro Annie wishing us a happy Black History Month. Okay, so with that, um I'll go to your comments and then I'm going to try to work on some stuff for tomorrow because yeah, I got some stuff I want to do for Black History Month. And it won't be the full thing, but I want to do an edited video tomorrow. So I doubt if I'm going to go live tomorrow. But yeah, and it may not be like, the usual format, but I'm going to do something edited tomorrow. I am certain because I think my day is pretty open tomorrow. So what say you, Gwendolyn Daniels? Afro Annie said she didn't like to shake hands. Yeah, she doesn't like to shake hands, and she's kind of upset about people holding up those camera phones. So yeah, she's got an axe to grind. She's always upset. She went tracing her roots. She couldn't. She just have to read a history book, huh? You're absolutely right about that. All of the tail Philip was getting in those days. Yeah, you think maybe he brought back one of his children he sired from a trip and just called her Princess Royale? I mean, that would be a scandal, wouldn't it? Oh, I would love it if that were true. Uh-huh. Yes, he does have and that's why we can't see that will. I want to know. I'm not even so interested about the kids. I want to know, how did he have 30 million pounds when he died? How could he come to Britain penniless, never had a proper job, but yet when he died, he had 30 million pounds? That is a good reason to seal his will for 99 years. It's wrong with using emoji laughs out loud, but we like using them because they're cool. Some people are just too pathetic. Yes, combating hate, I think it's just the way that we communicate. If the Egyptians can use hieroglyphs, then we can use the emoji. Yeah, I mean, it's the same principle. So, what else? Okay, I have read that one. There we go. Talk about how they treat Black people over the years and still treating us horrible. Today, nothing has changed. Guys, I took um, I took a tour in Liverpool. There's a guy in Liverpool that has a walking tour that will walk you through the history, not just about slavery, but about the slave owners. So there's a great walking tour in Liverpool where you can learn. I went to the Liverpool Black Marine History Museum. Very, very interesting. I don't know if they still have that exhibit, but it was at the Liverpool Maritime Museum, and it was about the history of the Black Marine sailors, and of course the or merchant marine sailors, and of course there was part of the history at the time when I went there was about slavery. So that was very interesting. I learned a lot when I was in Liverpool. And people were always asking me, well, did you see this, the Beatles, that, the Beatles? You know, no, I was there, and I was there mostly for that, and it was incredible. So, yeah, if you get a chance to see that, it's very interesting. Great tribute to Black History Month. Our African ancestors is highlighted all along with the first ladies on the continent and around the diaspora. Yes, okay. I mean diaspora. Absolutely, Daphne Gabriel. Thank you for that lovely comment. Point on, bang on. Let me see. Philip was paid for stuff. It's kind of hard to picture that, but I have to remember he wasn't always 99 years old, right? So there was a time when he was young and good looking. I have to remember that, because that last photo of him will haunt my dreams for a long time. Still terrible. Yeah. Yeah, there's so much history. Um, I'm going to do a video this month, one that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I won't share it right now, but is a really interesting history about the American Revolution or the Revolutionary War, and I am going to definitely make that. And I think, where's Lydia? It's going to end up like the food truck video, but I don't care. I'm going to make it anyway, Lydia. Well, I know you're going to watch it, but it's going to be a lot like the food truck video, but it's for Black History Month, and I'm going to make it. I don't care. I will make it. I know you're going to enjoy it. It's just that a lot of people won't watch it, but that's okay. When you get to a certain age, you're supposed to complain about small things. So that's what I'm doing right now. I live to complain these days. So I'm just asking y'all, don't food truck video me, okay? Okay? Please do not food truck video me. Otherwise, I am going to talk about my trips to Europe. There. Oh, I know you will. I trust you. Okay, let me see. Oh, thank you, Raven. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's over 6,400 views. I can go to bed at night with a sense of dignity over having over 6,000 views for that video. That was the last edited video I made after so many people saying, I like the live chats, but I miss the old format. So when I used the old format, guess what happened? The next day, about 3,500 people had watched it. The next day, okay, it's crept over to 4,000 people had watched it. I was just like, now wait a cotton picking minute. Oh boy, I tell you, I was wounded. You hear me? I was wounded. I couldn't sleep that next night. I was so restless over that food truck video. So okay. Anyway, I love when we can share like this. So moving right along, I am going to give our love and celebration to the Princess of Wales, the Queen of our hearts, and of course, as usual, the Queen of everything, Doria. I was so glad to share just these few photos of Doria and Meghan. I just thought it was a perfect way to start Black History Month. But yeah, and every other news item and article that comes up, we are going to cover the Sussexes as per usual. But this is just our way of starting off the month. I think I'm kind of crazy about this photo now. At first, I was kind of like, I love it, but now it's just like the joy that is beaming off of this photo. I can't get enough of it. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That's family right there. That is family. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry if I keep showing that other thing. Let me get rid of that with the the Princess Michael of Kent stuff. But okay. I'm all that in a bag of chips, Annie Bullet. Uh, no, actually, Philip's mom died in Buckingham Palace. There's a great documentary about her, Gwendolyn Daniels. But yeah, Philip's mom, she was in a mental hospital, but she actually was able to recover after they did some horrible treatments on her. And she's probably one of the most interesting royals in the history of that family that was not actually a member of the Windsor clan, but she was born at Windsor Castle, I think, or she was born in the UK. I know that. And yeah, very interesting lady, Princess Alice of Greece and Denmark. Okay, what do we have here? Thoughtful Tuesday, Baron, Church Nellie, Patricia, Lydia, Edith, Anita, Essie, Rosa, Jacqueline, Geraldine, Arnaud, Cookies and Cream. I'm sorry, Cookies and Creme, Anastasia. I'm trying to use my French accent. Southern Lady, Fancy Fancy, Sister and Cece, and Squatties. Oh, thank you, Beverly Hardy. Thanks for the shout out. Okay, you're right. That's why I said if they were smart, apparently they are not. They are their own worst enemy. Now, that's no way to talk about the Windsors. I think that's who you're talking about, right? Anyway, I would always assume that. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so last word of the day. Who wants it? Who wants to take us out with a kind word, something that will help to punctuate the mood? Okay. Anybody? Is Church Nelly here? I haven't seen Church Nelly. Okay. Anyway, Church Nelly is probably listening to us. You know, don't tell Church Nelly I said this, but using those government phones to try to uh you can't be trying to use those government phones when you're trying to listen to a live chat on YouTube. So, you know, the government phone is for, yeah, please don't tell her I said that because I don't want to embarrass her. But using them government phone, using those government phones, the Wi-Fi and the search engines are not as strong. So obviously, Church Nellie's signal ain't working. Now, right now, she's probably sitting out on the roof trying to pick up the signal or something like that. I don't know. Let's not judge her. Some things Church Nelly enjoy may be more important than a smartphone. So, uh, see how sassy people get when the other one ain't around. So yeah, um, it's probably just an issue of the government phone and those subsidized ancient technology phones, albeit a proud phone, just probably with the weather that we're having right now, these weather events is probably just not working that well. So, um, or it may have fallen into that of moonshine. You know, when you make certain beverages in your bathtub, ooh, y'all, I'm gonna be in trouble. Okay, let me stop. All right, so all right, we were supposed to have. All right, I think that's it. Cookies and cream that will do just fine. Thank you. Everyone, stay safe and hydrate. Listen, you guys, there is some bad weather coming for about 90 million people in the path of this winter storm. Please stay safe. Please stock up on whatever necessary supplies. If you can get ahead of this storm and go get your prescriptions, do that. I went to the grocery store earlier and it was like Black Friday. So if you can get ahead of these things, do it, because it is going to be some interesting weather the next 48 hours. Okay. So, yeah, if you live anywhere between Texas and the New England states, I think it is, excuse me, or it's the Carolinas, whatever it is, stock up because there's some foul weather coming. Okay, love you guys. I'm out of here. Happy Black History Month. Thank you for sharing these with me. I'm feeling very good about this because I like talking about that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it too. Okay, bye y'all.